When a soldier receives an award for valor, they usually receive a certificate that looks something like this. And during their award ceremony, a citation is usually included. But usually that citation is as thin as this piece of paper. It really doesn't describe what happened. It doesn't have any life to it. It doesn't have any depth. At Fort Wainwright, Alaska, I had a chance to see one of the Army's newest Silver Star recipients, Sergeant First Class Peter Lara. I asked him to compare what his citation said to what really went on that day.
November 19th at 04:30 in the morning, we were rolling out on our patrol out of the fob. The Iraqi police experienced some contact and they wanted us to go assist them. And they said there were some bad guys in a house. There was an Iraqi police car that was right in front of the enemy's house. As soon as that vehicle moved and we started pulling up our striker, it just went off like hell was breaking loose. Of course, on November 19th, we were firing at each other 5 feet away around corners. I remember looking out to my left, I heard like a big bowling ball hitting the ground. Metal sound though, about 20 feet to my left, and I looked over and it was, I was like, man, that's one big grenade or something, and I knew it wasn't good, and so I dove to my right, and as soon as I dove, a big blast went off. They had enemies that were dug in, had tunnels, kill holes, and so another one of my soldiers that came out, he had got hit pretty good in his hand, had a piece of shrapnel from the door being booby-trapped. And they were just shooting at us through the doors, throwing hand grenades at us, and so there was like 11 of us stacked up in a room. I'd say 20 by 20 room. What I decided to do is try to get this guy that was around the corner because he kept shooting through the door. I had my saw gunner that was closest to me. I said, let's go, we're gonna go route this door when I tell you to, we're gonna get this bad guy, and I said, I'll be right behind you, I'm on you. And as soon as we went to the door, he started opening up with a saw, and he probably got off 15 rounds and then was hit and fell back. And I stepped right over him and started shooting with my weapon, just spraying the area. And next you know, I got hit in the face.
Watch my face!
It had hit my weapon first, so it ricocheted and hit my face. Felt the jawbone crunch away, and the teeth were stuck in my throat. My teeth got blown out and got stuck in my throat. So, I was, the only thing I could think of doing was swallowing and clearing my throat. And I could still talk and everything. It was, I let everybody know what happened and everything. It's just like kind of being in a fight when you get so frustrated because you're mad because something happened to you. My instincts were to go right back to the door and go shoot again. And as soon as I did, my weapon fell in half, and I didn't realize, it didn't still kick in saying, hey, you just been shot and it went through your weapon. My weapon fell down, fell in half, and then I got hit again and it went through my arm and shattered my scapula in like 15 pieces and went out my back. Every time somebody got shot, they let out a scream, and so all that, that's one of the main things that stuck in my head. Everybody screaming every time they got hit by a bullet. And then it was from there I was trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to do next? And I remember sitting next to Sergeant Landis saying, we need to get out of here. We need to get evac'd out. We got too many injured. And hit this from a different, hit it from a distance. Calling the birds, other platoons, and get here and help us out with this. There's no way we can do this. We have too many injured. I didn't remember being in really any pain anymore. It was just, when you get real tired and you just want to go to sleep. But I looked over at Sergeant Brewer and told him, I said, we need to get out of here. It's all yours, take over. And he did a great job. He started coordinating the evac to get us out of there, and that was 3rd Squad. Staff Sergeant Wall, he received the Silver Star. They opened up with 50 cal, and Staff Sergeant Brewer was directing where to shoot, and, so he didn't kill any of us. And he fratricide, and he was telling him exactly where to fire, signal him through the window with a flashlight. Actually, at that time, I thought I was just, I'm going to die in Iraq. This is just crazy. And I kind of laid there and just felt like I was just ready to go to sleep. And then once I heard them over the radio saying, hey, we're getting ready, it's clear, go ahead. And a burst of energy came to me and said, hey, maybe we have a chance to get out of here. fell over some rubble because the striker had made a hole in the wall. And I went on the striker, staggered in there, and just collapsed. And I woke up 2 days later in Germany with a tube coming out of my neck and jaw wired shut, and 4 or 5 of my soldiers standing at my bedside.
Now Secretary Hartman will present a Silver Star for gallantry in action posthumously to Staff Sergeant Mark Wall.
You know, seeing Sergeant Wall's mom receive his Silver Star, it was just, in ways, it was, it was so overwhelming. I try to hold back the tears as much as I can because, I've cried so much in the last year. And to see the brigade there to support you like that and stand up and give you a standing ovation and clap and say how proud they are of you and everything. And, of course, you're always thinking in your head, you could have done better, you could have done this, you could have done that. You don't think you deserve it, but everybody else thinks you deserve it. And I guess that's just, I'm thinking what soldiers do. And your adrenaline's pumping so fast that you don't even pay attention to it. You just do what you have to do and do your job that you were trained to do.
If you're interested in learning more about Sergeant Peter Lara's experience in Iraq that day, especially his reflections on how his troops reacted under fire, you can check out the outtakes to our interview on the Army's homepage under the Soldiers Media Player, where you'll do a search for Silver Star or Sergeant Peter Lara. There you'll be able to find the outtakes and see a lot more different dimensions to our story. From the Soldiers Media Center in Washington, I'm Sergeant Raymond Flores.